Hi, my name is Wyatt Trion, and I'm going to be sharing my Ocean Personality Quiz test results. So, what the Ocean Personality Quiz is, it's essentially what it sounds like. It's a personality quiz based on 5 major personality traits, such as openness, conscientiousness, extroversion, agreeableness, and neuroticism. And for just to get it over with, I will continue to talk about my scores, but just to say in the beginning, and full disclosure, my first score for openness was a 30, which I would consider high. My second score for conscientiousness is a 33, which I would also consider high. For extroversion, it was 21, so mid-range around there, just sort of smack dab in the middle. Agreeableness, my score was 30, so again, pretty high, slightly high. And neuroticism, 24, which is, it's somewhat high. So that is those are my scores in full disclosure, but I will continue to talk or go more into depth about them. But so essentially, the abbreviations are openness, conscientiousness, extroversion, agreeableness, and neuroticism. Quick brief explanation. Openness measures your creativity, your curiosity, imagination, and willingness to try new experiences. So basically, how impulsive are you? For conscientiousness, are you a person who's very serious about, I don't know, someone who likes being controlling of the situation that they are in? They like to measure, they like to measure sort of everything in an organized manner. Extroversion, how social you are, agreeableness, it sort of measures your kindness, just how agreeable of a person you are and amongst others. And neuroticism, which is your sensitivity to your own emotions and others' emotions as well. So that is a brief little overview on these personality traits, but reflect on what I know about myself. So I'd say I'm a very quiet person. I'm a person who is necessarily, I feel like I'm boring. I feel like I am boring, if I'm being honest. But that doesn't mean that there's I don't think that there's more to me in my character. I feel like I am a character of many layers. Like if you continue to, I'm sort of like an onion, like you continue to pull at those layers, you'll find more and more of me. You'll find more authenticity. It just takes a lot of time to find that authenticity, because a lot of the times I'm I'm kind of nervous, I'm kind of shy, but it depends under different circumstances. I tend to be, extroverted. So I like to be social at times, but it really all depends on the situation that I am in, is how I perceive myself. But, with my score of just reflecting over it now, with my score of extroversionist, which is 21, I'd say, you know, I agree with it, but at the same time, I kind of don't agree with it, because around some people, I can be very extroverted, but around another group of people, I can be not so extroverted. So maybe 21 is a good score, but I don't know. It's all in the spectrum. It's literally the whole point of the personality test, but it's all in the spectrum. So I don't know what else to say about that. But conscientiousness, or it kind of went out of order, but I'm gonna just go in the order that's most convenient for me. Conscientiousness, which was 33. I'd say I do have a sense of responsibility. I do have a high sense of responsibility, but I tend to just there's some things that I cannot attend to all the time, so I can't say that I'm the most responsible person as much as I would love to be. Um, for openness, I scored a 30. So measuring like my creativity and curiosity, I would say that I'm a curious person, but I wouldn't say that I'm the most creative person. So, seeing those two like sort of placed in the same group, being like someone who's a little bit impulsive, I can't really see myself in that light, but at the same time I kind of can, which is kind of crazy. But I don't know, I don't really like control things, but at the same time I'm not really someone who cares about control of things. So maybe I am a little bit impulsive, but not in the fact that I want everything to be done at, like last minute or anything. But going on. Agreeableness. I scored a 30. So I'd say I'm pretty compassionate, I like to trust people. I kind of have trust issues, but that's only with like a certain group of people. Not in a bad type of way, but just people that I've already known, and that they've established these trust issues. But I can't say that I have trust issues with all the people that I know. And for neuroticism, um, my emotional sensitivity, if I'm being honest, I would say that I don't really have the greatest sense of emotional sensitivity and stability. But I can say that regardless of this, I do tend to care for people. Maybe not all the time as much as I would want to, but I do tend to care for people. And people, sometimes, I wouldn't say that they don't deserve it, but sometimes I'm more like giving than I should be for people. But besides the point, this is how I feel, like the contrast between my scores and how I perceive myself. But let's go to the question. I say these will all help my career. Like knowing all this information will help my career, because it'll just show how better I can get along with people as a doctor. When I'm in the medical field, when I'm like treating a patient, when I'm talking with patients' parents and stuff like that. How I respond to different people and their own personalities, using the knowledge that I have on my personality. So I feel like this is a very insightful quiz, and I can use all this information in the future to help me with my career. In relationships, I'd say I've never really struggled with making like human connection and establishing a good relationship with people, but I would say that there is at times where I can't really understand people, so maybe I can use this information to just try to understand people better and just to try to connect myself better with people. But yeah, in total, that is all I have to say, and this is my video on my ocean personality quiz.